Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we have got some construction happening here in the signature garden. So I'm going to give you an overview of that, and then we're going to do just a quick little walk through the garden center to show you what is growing, blooming, and thriving here at Creekside Nursery in Dallas, North Carolina. Of course, we are we're a little bit of everything, my friends. We are a grower retailer, meaning that we grow the plants that we sell. So we have the garden center here. Of course, we have the online, we have the signature garden here. So we're just going to kind of give you an overview because there's a lot happening here at the garden today. Because today is Tuesday. We're closed Mondays and Tuesdays. So Mondays and Tuesdays are really the only days that we can work here in the gardens because, of course, we're open on Wednesday through Saturday. So it is going to be a flurry of activity today. I'm going to give you an overview of what we're going to be doing today. And then once everything is said and done, in a future video, we'll come back and take a look at those plants that are in the ground and so forth. So what we're doing here is Jerry is working in what we call the nook. This nook is, the creek comes through here and comes around all the base right through here. We have this gorgeous little nook, and then it continues on throughout. So this area right here is when we have our signature experience. This is where we have everyone gather. It is just a great little nook in the garden that provides some privacy. I've always loved this spot, and so we landscape it. We add plants to it. So that's what we're going to be doing. Last year, if you remember, we did a mass planting of Senorita Blanca Cleome, and it was just massive through here. We're going to do it again this year. It was such a great success, gorgeous. We're doing it again. During Hurricane Helene, right where Jerry is working in this area, we had a massive, massive tulip poplar that fell down during the hurricane. Thankfully, it fell away from the garden, but it left this massive crater from the root ball. And so, yeah, it was right where Jerry is. It did take out, we had some fairy trail brides. It took out the fairy trail brides. Thankfully, it left the Midnight Express redbud, and it left the Aphrodite sweet shrub. So those were unscathed, but right where Jerry is, that whole area was just completely uprooted, and anything that was in there fell into the hole. Earlier this morning, Jerry brought in 2 dump truck loads of this, if you want to call it topsoil, that he had from the regrading that they did up at production. Remember, Jerry and Jackson this winter were regrading some things up at production so that we could have those growing pads up there. So this is our native soil. It's just from a couple hundred yards away on a different part of the property. Brought that in to fill in that hole and to get this nice and graded. Of course, he got it nice and tamped down. Can tell he ran the Bobcat over it a million gazillion times to get it nice and compact. And so what he's doing now is putting down the natural, that outdoor, ultra outdoor planting mix. I will get it right here in a second, because we're going to be planting mass annuals in here. Like I said, we're going to do the Senorita Blanca again, but we're also going to continue it, I think, behind the Aphrodite. And so then in front, we will do just mass color. We've got salvias, we've got begonias, we've got all sorts of things that are going to come in here. And then as we make our way around the Midnight Express, we're going to be adding in some hydrangeas. So behind the Midnight Express in here, we've got, I think, like 10 or 12 tough stuff hydrangeas. So these are great, beautiful serrata hydrangeas that will give us loads of color, fill in this area here in the back. We'll see how far they wrap around this way, but again, loads of annuals right through here. Because this is kind of on that far side of the signature garden, give you a little perspective and drawing people's eyes back here, because this is where we want you to come, right? We want you to explore the entire garden. So that's what we're doing there. We are also, Cece and Jackson, bless their hearts, are taking on the task of getting out all of the tulips. Tulips for us in North Carolina, Zone 8, are annuals. We treat them as annuals, even here in the signature garden. That way, we can change out the color every year. So they are pulling out those tulips out of those 4 inside beds, and then they've got the little viburnum bed here to do as well. These viburnums, this is the All That Glitters and Glows viburnum. Beautiful ones that are just gorgeous. We'll put on, there we go. We've got some little buds right here already, some little flower buds, white flowers, and then they will turn into blue berries. What we're going to be planting today between the viburnums is the campfire marshmallow. It is a beautiful little small white daisy-like flower, and they're just so low maintenance, so easy, and they'll be gorgeous here between those viburnums. So that's what we're going to do. Of course, the signature garden is nice and balanced and symmetrical. So we have the bed on the left, and then we have the bed on the right, and they will be planted the same. We will see if we get planted in the middle of the garden. I think that's probably pretty adventuresome for us to think about doing today, but at least the tulips are out, and that was a huge task for them to do. And so that is just fantastic that they were able to get that out. But the garden is looking quite nicely. See those double plate candy corn spireas right there? Oh man, they are grabbing people's attentions for sure. So all is well here. We've got the tiara pinks have been planted, of course, at the fountain, and then we also have the front side, back side, depends on which way you want to look at it, of the signature garden raised beds area right here. So I have a rough plan in my going, and so we will see again, does this get planted today or not? Time will tell. If you are a follower of ours, you know that I tend to be an overachiever and think that I can get, you know, something done, and when there's not enough time and energy in the day to get it done. But I am definitely very excited to try to get some things done. Now, just as we're walking through the shrub lot here, the Atlas roses are in bloom, and y'all, oh my goodness, they are just beautiful. It is rose season here in North Carolina. The Atlas are doing well, and so is the crema. You can see crema right here. This is a little bit of an older bloom. They had the lovely, lovely fragrance. The perennial hibiscus, the sumerific hibiscus, we have some. These are the ones left over from last year. You can see they are popping out of the ground, out of the pots, and people are asking about when we're going to have our new hibiscus for this year. We don't even get them until late April, mid-April, and so they got planted maybe like 2 weeks ago. So I would say like another month, 4 weeks so, right, before they are ready, because they are a hot weather plant. They love it hot. Had some customers, they were like, well, some of my hibiscus have come up and some have not. The ones that have not, just be patient. They can be the last things to emerge out of your garden, so just be patient. Don't dig them up. Wait, and they will probably come up. I moved 3 hibiscus in the backyard, the exact same varieties, within, I don't know, feet of each other. 2 of them were nice and sprouted and had good growth of them, and 1 was just barely poking out of the ground. So just be patient on those for sure, and wait. And so you will probably be rewarded with those beautiful blooms before you know it. It's gonna be nice and hot. Of course, everything here at the garden center is just popping. We have got some holes, because let me tell you, this past weekend, with it being Easter, we had loads of people coming to see us, and they were gobbling up plants. We did get a new stock of the Bloomerang dark purple lilac. So if you are interested in that, we restocked, and we have got a great selection of those. This lilac does really well for us here in the South. I have it at the house, and it just does really, really well. Absolutely love it. It's just on its end of its first bloom. It is a reblooming lilac, so that is really something fun and exciting to look forward to. Of course, your spring is your major flush, and then you get those periodic blooms throughout the rest of the season. Panicle hydrangeas, y'all. I'm telling you, again, I was talking with another customer just this morning, and they were asking, is it too late? No, It is not too late yet to plant your hydrangeas or your shrubs. We just want to get them in as soon as we possibly can. It is definitely go time. We have got these gorgeous, y'all. This is the Rocksteady Vitex. Look at that. New from Proven Winners. I mean, gorgeous growth on this tree. In fact, I might see if we can plant one in the signature garden, because I would love to have one of these. But it is a small tree. And this is going to be a massive pollinator attractor. Rocksteady blooms longer than traditional vitexes or chase trees. Hardy in zones 5B to 9. Here in the south, 12 feet tall, 5 feet wide. Think of like a petite crepe myrtle. That's what that will look like for you in your garden. We also have, we haven't talked about this, and somehow it snuck in, and to the garden center, we have got the Winecraft black smoke bushes, y'all. I love Winecraft smoke bushes, whether it's the gold or the black. They do phenomenal here. And again, this would be something like, let's add this to, I want to add so many things to the garden, to the signature garden. But look at these, y'all. These are beautiful. These are 3 gallons. You can see that these are starting to put on some of the little flowers. Once this flowers, then that's what gives it that, quote, smoke look. But just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful plant. The size on your Winecraft black is going to be 6 feet tall and wide. Hardy in zones 4 to 8. Again, look at this color. Beautiful color contrast with your greens. Like right here, we have some, is that the berry poppins, right? So that green and black together is stunning. So yeah, I need to add a Winecraft black to the garden. And with Jerry being back there, it'd be a great place to do it, don't you think? I do. I mean, we're under construction today. We might as well go ahead and add the plants to the garden, because why not? We also have some camellias that would be good. There's so many plants, y'all, and so very little time. And garden spaces can be quite limited. And so it is a struggle for sure. We have tidbits. People were asking about Firelight Tidbit. We still have a nice little selection of those. They are numbered. That is what this is right here. So if you're interested in that Firelight Tidbit, move with purpose, my friends. Come on out here and get them. We also have some traditional firelights in 7 gallons. So we've got 3 of them right here. So if you are looking for a firelight hydrangea that is going to be like an instant impact, then these will be the ones for you. 7 gallons, we have had them at the nursery for a couple of years. We moved them up to a 7 gallon. So their root system is great. So get them in the ground now, and you're gonna have beautiful color and texture in your garden, loaded with flowers this summer. And Firelight that's what I have on Hydrangea Hill near the chicken coop. And we have got those beautiful creamy white blooms that will take on a tinge of pink and mauve. I love them. They're full sun, nice and big. At maturity, I would say like 6 to 8 feet tall, 6 feet wide maybe. So there you go. All right, let's talk perennials. Baptisia, we have got the lemon meringue. One of my absolute favorites is that lemon meringue Baptisia. It is that pure yellow. It is the season for them to be blooming. Mine at the garden is blooming right now. Adore this plant. It is lovely. And then look at the Stand By Me pink clematis. This is a bush clematis. Look at those. Look at those fun blooms. Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. So it's not going to be a traditional clematis that you think of where it climbs. It is a bush. It will only get to be, I say only, 38, 42 inches tall. And so this is a really fun one to add. So we've got that. Of course, one of my all-time favorites, the Ascot Rainbow. Beautiful Ascot Rainbow right now. The Boom Chocolatas. You love this geranium. Mere black foliage with those sweet purple flowers. The Fruit Punch Classic Coral Dianthus. All of these colors just blend so nicely together. It's more of that carnation bloom than a single bloom, so we have got those. And then still loads and loads and loads of hanging baskets for all that color. I'm telling you, y'all were taking us up on that offer about coming and getting them for your Easter pop of color, and y'all were just flying in and getting it. And then of course, shade options. We have got loads, whether it's the Southern Comfort Euchera. This is the Toffee Tart. Nope, Copper King. Sorry, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Eucheras, great for your shade. They do really, really well in pots. You've also got Silver Gumdrop. They come in such a wide range of colors. And yes, you can absolutely mix and match and put them together, and they just do so nice. The Wee Hosta, I love the color and texture of that one. And then the Shadow Tag, this is the Fun and Games. This is a Eucharella, so it's a cross between a Euchera and a Tiarella. Look at those pink bubblegum blooms on it. So everything is in its proper season, that it is growing, blooming, and thriving. And then the Invincible Sublime Hydrangeas. These are great smooth hydrangeas. They can do, here they do really well in like morning sun, afternoon shade, and they bloom on new growth. And y'all, whoever gets this one, look at all of those buds. So it is already putting on the buds. It is a color specific, so it will be a lime green. Love, love, love this hydrangea, and it will be basically 3.5 to 5 feet tall and wide. So I mean, covered, y'all, in buds. This is gonna be blooming before you know it. Annuals, definitely tons of annuals. We're bringing in all the hot weather stuff. So whether you want the new Stardiva scavolas, we have got those. So we've got tons of those, whether it's the pink, the blue, or the white. These do great in the full sun. They're low growing, low and wide, beautiful plants. And then the brand new Aromagica Purple, this is running low. So if you are interested in the Aromagica Purple Heliotrope, then you need to move with purpose. Come get this. I have a whole section that is going to be going into the signature garden. Some of the plants we've already started to run out of stock. So the Unplugged White, we're out of stock on that. The Cleome, we have just a few of those left. Somebody made a comment, and she was joking. She wasn't being ugly, she was joking. And I said, well, we only have there was only literally 2 plants left of the Unplugged White. And I said, this is what I've been putting in mass in the backyard. And she was like, well, Jenny, save some for us. Okay, y'all, just so you know, because I've had this comment before here and there. So I have my own inventory of plants. And so when I tell you, that I did Unplugged White in my backyard, trust me, I am not taking from inventory from the online. I'm not taking inventory from retail. When we placed our order with Proven Winners back in October, I already have all my plants planned out. That's how far in advance I have to think about these gardens. And so like the Aromagica Purple, I loved it last year. It did great. So I made sure to order tons of them for the gardens. Another important, so where I have to pre-order my plants, this is why we encourage you folks to pre-order your plants if you're doing them online. Because somebody was like, I need more Silver Falls. And thankfully we were able to find some to put some back online, but pre-ordering, y'all, is huge. The Gumfrina, the Truffle of Pink, there you go. And then of course the new dahlias, Pinkerific, getting ready to crack open some color here. And the ever beloved, here we go, Vermillionaire. Now, y'all, I have to tell you, so Saturday I was here working, and I was literally standing right here. I was fixing the Vermillionaire, putting them all, fixing the trays, filling in some holes. And you see that I'm standing right next to the new Kufia. And this is, I always get the names, this is the Richly Red. Okay, so there's the red, there's the violet, there's the frosted violets, standing right here, and all of a sudden this butterfly came flying in, which is fine because the sides are open. And I glanced over and I was like, I think that's a monarch. So ever so carefully I get my phone out and I get a picture, and as soon as I take the picture, of course she flies off. But because it was a live picture, I was able to go back, and so I zoomed in and looked. Sure enough, It was a monarch butterfly. We have never seen a monarch this early. Typically we get them at the end of the season, but let me tell you, she came straight to this richly red. So if you are looking to support, whether it's the monarchs or the butterflies population at all, your hummingbirds, these things are fantastic. So it's very exciting to see a monarch coming in. And then of course she flew off and I'm sitting here trying to chase her and it didn't work. But I did get her on camera, so that's very exciting. All the chick charms still are here. Well, not all of them, but you know, we still have a great selection of those. And people are asking about, do you have the Angelonia? We absolutely do. They are just, they like the heat, right? And so they're not blooming yet. We have some Wedgwood pink that's putting on buds, but yes, we have Angelonas here for you. One thing that was not one, well, it is one thing that was just flying out of here this weekend were the euphorbias. Whether it's Diamond Mountain that gets nice and big, Diamond Frost, Diamond Snow, people were gobbling them up. So you need to move with purpose if you want those. And of course, caladiums are here, loads of caladiums, the portulacas, the basil, the guaras, so many things for sure that are here and available that you can take advantage of and add to your garden. All right, speaking of garden, let's head outside really quick, look at some more perennials. We have got the brand new, this is the Lemon Perfection Nepeta from Proven Winners. Look at that, isn't it gorgeous? People were asking compared to Chartreuse on the Loose. It is a bit of a tighter habit to it. So it's nice and full, rebloomer, gorgeous color, love it. And then we have the new Bejeweled Pink Pearls. This is the penstemon. Beautiful. Mine is blooming in the garden at the house, just stunning. And then of course my favorite, Pink Profusion Salvia. So this is a perennial salvia. Gorgeous blooms, add a big huge pop to your garden. This was the perennial of the year last year maybe, and this is going to be hardy in zones 3 to 8, and so gorgeous color on those. Let's see, tons of super bells, you got it, all the petunias, all the things coming in here. And then let's see, Monardas, the new Stokes asters. So we have those. So whether you want the white or the blue, we have got both of those available for you. The silver lining Artemisia. This is that perennial Artemisia that is not going to be a nuisance in your garden. It spreads very respectfully in your garden. And so, yeah, we've got, oh, let me show you, let me come over here and show you, but we got some new intros from Walter's Gardens, Perennials. So Liatris, if you're familiar with Liatris, it will give you some height in your garden. You can see it's already getting that height on it, but it has those beautiful purple stalks. This is that lavender glow sticks. It is hardy in zones 3 to 9. It will get 4 feet tall and absolutely covered in those purple flowers. Beautiful height to your garden. We have the new Cotton Candy Thalictrum. This is at the end of its bloom, but we've got, see those sweet little pink cotton candy balls on them? So got those as well. Shasta daisies, we got your Shasta daisies, my friends. We have got, you name it, we've got it for sure. I'm trying to think of, if you want blue salvias, we've got blue salvias available for you. And we're going to hit here in just a second. We're going to go back to the barn and we're going to announce the winner of the green stalk. And so that one that we're giving away is the 5-tiered. This is the 7-tier that we planted up the other week. So we're going to do that as well. Of course, your shade-loving perennials, tons of those, tons of hostas, gorgeous colors, whether you want ferns or the eucharas or, oh my gosh, y'all, we have got some of the native azaleas that are in bloom. Let me show you. It is native azalea season here in North Carolina. So look at this one, beautiful white one. Of course, your native azaleas, they are deciduous, so they lose their leaves. And then this spring, time of the spring, they put on the flower color. So we have got, what's this, Moonglow? I believe that's Moonglow. I can't find the tag. I'm flying solo today filming because old sweet thing is working over there. And then we have Lemon Lights, and Lemon Lights is putting on quite the show. And I'm trying to get the spider webs. But look at Lemon Lights. Is that not gorgeous? That beautiful, I mean, pretty good size, I would say, blooms on them. And so these do really well in conditions like this, right? So whether you're underneath that filtered sun, you can get morning sun, afternoon shade. Typically, your native azaleas will get some nice height to them. And so that makes it really fun for your garden. Even though you're in the shade, yes, you absolutely can have color and texture and flowers. Mimi is, of course, a great example of that. We have got some hydrangeas that are putting on buds. I see one that's absolutely covered. I'm trying to see who that is. Oh, the Let's Dance Sky View. Yep, this is the one that I just added to the backyard. Look at that, y'all. Absolutely covered in buds. Sky View is going to be wider than it is tall. It's like 3 feet tall, 4 feet wide. Color specific, no, pH dependent. So it's going to change with the color of your soil. We have got somebody else right here that has got buds on it, Rhythmic Blue. So we've got Rhythmic Blue. So we are about to go into hydrangea season. So now is a great time to add them to your garden. And then we have some of the fairy trails. So we've got the fairy trail brides. These are those cascading, beautiful, white flowers on them, so you can see they too are getting ready to open up and just be absolutely lovely. So I'm telling you, y'all, it is go time here at Creekside for a number for us. Like there's not enough, like I said, hours in the day or enough energy drinks on the market to get us through getting all these plants in the ground. But tis the season, right? So we are adding trees, shrubs, annuals, perennials, everything to the gardens. So if we're doing it, it is a great time for you to do it as well. Of course, we're open on Wednesdays through Saturdays, 9 to 3. Love for you to come see us, walk through the garden, see what we are planting, and so that you can just enjoy that and get great inspiration. All right, I'm gonna meet you in the barn and we're gonna do the giveaway for the green stalk vertical planter. All right, so here we are at the barn, and on Saturday we did a giveaway for our in-store customers. And so after they made their purchases, they went out, they filled out a little contact card, dropped it here in the box for that 5-tiered green stalk vertical planter. So we're going to draw a name. Y'all can see me do it right here. All right. So the winner of the green stalk giveaway is Sherry Moore. So Sherry, we are going to be sending you an email, get in contact with you about picking up your green stalk garden giveaway that has the spinner. It is that 5-tiered. It has the top on it and everything. So congratulations, Sherry. Thank you everyone who came out on Saturday and bought something to be entered into this giveaway. We're gonna do some more of these fun giveaways with different products coming in, throughout the season. So if you have found this fun, informative, inspirational, we would love it if you would like and subscribe at Garden with Creekside. As always, we so appreciate you. Thank you for all your love and support. Of course, we will give you updates on everything after it gets planted. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.